John Carter, a 21-year-old white boy, had always lived a life of comfort and predictability in the city. That all changed when his father got a new job in a remote community, forcing the entire Carter family to relocate. The town was small but had a strange charm to it, quaint houses, friendly locals, and an old-fashioned vibe. John quickly made new friends, including Miguel, Rico, and Isabella, who welcomed him warmly into their group. Despite the town's peaceful appearance, there were dark whispers about a mafia cult group operating in the shadows. They were known as La Sombra Nocturna, a powerful and feared organization led by a ruthless man named Augusto. The cult was involved in drug trafficking, and every winter, they performed a terrifying ritual that required the sacrifice of an animal or, at times, a human. John, unaware of these sinister activities, enjoyed his new life, partying with friends and exploring the town. One fateful night, during a house party, John stepped outside to answer a phone call. Unbeknownst to him, cult members had been scouting the area, looking for a white boy for their ritual. When they saw John alone in the dimly lit alley, they knew he was the perfect target. A black van pulled up beside him, and 4 men in dark clothing emerged. "Get in the car," one of them commanded, his voice cold and firm. John's instincts kicked in, and he fought back with all his strength. He punched one of the men and tried to run, but another vehicle screeched to a halt ahead of him. A masked man pointed a gun at him. "Get in, or you die here." John had no choice. His heart pounded as he was forced into the vehicle. The men blindfolded him, and he was driven deep into the forest where the cult's hidden mansion stood. The air was thick with the scent of burning incense and dried blood. Chants echoed through the grand hall as John was dragged before Augusto, a towering figure with piercing eyes and a menacing grin. "You will be our sacrifice," Augusto declared, his voice void of emotion. John screamed, fought, and begged, but it was in vain. The ritual proceeded, and under the cold winter moon, John's life was tragically taken. His body was buried near the cult house, his disappearance unnoticed by all but his grieving friends and family. Friends reported his disappearance to the police, and soon, posters with his face were plastered everywhere. A hefty reward was promised for any information regarding his whereabouts. The town buzzed with fear and speculation, and John's friends, Miguel, Rico, and Isabella, refused to sit idly by. They began their own investigation, questioning anyone who might have seen John that night. Days passed, then weeks, but there was no sign of John. However, fate took an unexpected turn when one of Augusto's men made a fatal mistake. He sped past a police checkpoint without stopping. The officers, suspicious, discreetly tailed the vehicle, avoiding using their patrol cars to remain undetected. The chase led them to the hidden cult house deep in the forest. With reinforcements, the police stormed the mansion, catching several members of La Sombra Nocturna off guard. They arrested many cultists, uncovering evidence of their gruesome rituals. But Augusto was nowhere to be found. He had fled to America. Using intelligence and the testimonies of captured cultists, the authorities traced Augusto to a luxury hotel in New York City. The police surrounded the hotel, but Augusto, refusing to be taken alive, engaged them in a fierce gunfight. He managed to wound several officers before his ammunition ran out. Realizing his fate was sealed, he turned to one of his last loyal men. "Kill me! I will not be captured." Without hesitation, his subordinate obeyed. A single shot echoed through the hotel room, ending the reign of terror of La Sombra Nocturna. With the cult dismantled and justice served, the town slowly returned to peace. John's story became a legend, a tragic tale of innocence lost but also of justice prevailing. His friends and family mourned him, but they found solace in knowing that his death was not in vain. The shadows that once plagued the town had finally been lifted.